Morning everyone. Well, the dogs have found a ball. A big ball. Some big doggy must have left it here. Right, start again. Now I have got round the distractions. So it's a wet and miserable morning, but it's not really raining, it's just so damp. And the floor's really sludgy. I was going to do this video at home, but I haven't really got things done this week. I've had a lot of distractions and a lot of can you do this and can you do that from my parents, and it just seemed to take all day up and I've not got nothing done. So today's housework day after I've walked my dogs and my mum's dog. And so we're going to go on a little walk, and I'm going to tell you about what's going to be going off in the summer, because we're coming to the end of the Canicross season. I will run the dogs as long as the weather stays cool, and then they will run loose. So like this, it's ever so slippy and sludgy here, I'm sorry. And I'm going to put Kira on the lead because there's a lot of pheasants out. Freya put up about a dozen pheasants yesterday, and it drives Kira around the bend. She wants to go off and chase them. With being a gun dog, she thinks once they've gone up that the guns will shoot the pheasant, and then the pheasant will slowly come down in the distance and she's supposed to go and fetch it. But when Freya flushes them, I don't shoot them, so they go flying off and she goes chasing them. So I've got to keep an eye on her so she can go on the lead in a minute. Kira, come on! She has a fluorescent jacket on, look, so I can see what she's up to. Otherwise, I'll lose her. And Freya has been off hunting. There she comes. This last 2 days, and travelling some distance away from me. I've not been quite very happy with her. She's not been coming back straight away. Like I said, there's too many pheasants. Kira! Kira, here! Be a good girl, come on! Kira! Oh, she's having a wee. Kira, here! Here! She's fighting it, look. She's fighting, wanting to come back to me. Come on then, good girl. You are a good girl. Right, so we'll get talking about the summer. The problem is I'm going on too many holidays, and it's not they're not my holidays, they're my parents' holidays. So there'll be parents' holidays, and in June, I think that's the first one, we're going to Matlock to Cuckoo Stone Cottage, and Mark's coming with me, so I should be able to do some walking and videoing, and he can watch my parents, so that should be quite good. But the next one, I'm going away with Mark, and we're going to Croydon. There is a couple of reservoirs just close to where the campsite is. We're going on the Caravan and Camping Club site at Croydon. So I'm about to do a lot of walking around there with Mark. But I'm hoping he's going to look after one or two of the dogs while I do some really long distance walking up over Black Hill, over to Lady Bower, down towards Edale, that area. So I'm hoping that's going to be quite nice. Then we're going back into the Peak District with my parents for about a 5-day break. So 2 days of that'll be arriving and leaving, so there's not going to be much many days to go out and do things, but it's another change for my parents. And it's situated near Ashbourne. That's it. I'm trying to think then where it's situated. Not close to Ashbourne, but that way. So I should be able to do some good walking again, me and the dogs. But then Mark's not with me, so I've got to keep an eye on them and take them out places and stuff. So it's going to be a bit trying that week with 6 dogs and 2 parents to look after. So, because they are elderly and disabled. So then I'm trying to think. There's that much. So that we've got to about August time there. So September we're back at Cuckoo Stone in Matlock, and October we're at Mablethorpe. And this dog is wagging a tail and whacking it onto my knee. If you can hear this bang, 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 it's the dog. We're at Mablethorpe for a week. So Mark's coming with that one. We've been to this cottage at Mablethorpe before. It's really nice. And it's really close to the beach, so the dogs are going to have a whale of a time. I've just missed one out. Just to swap arms. I've missed one out early on, May. Me and Mark's going to Mablethorpe in the caravan for a long weekend for the May bank holiday, just for a rest, and the dogs to play on the beach, because the dogs love the beach there. And then there is a half marathon in September. I'm trying to think what else I've got. There's quite a few orienteering events. There'll be quite a few running events that I haven't even booked yet. Me and Bev go on. Hopefully I can get some fell races done. There's a fell race when we're in Matlock in June, so because Mark's coming to that one, that's going to be good, because I can leave everybody and whiz down and go and do this fell race. And there will be other things. I've got the Gardener's World show I'm going to as well, for some of you people that watch me as well as my gardening channel. I am quite an avid gardener, and so all the summer I'll be doing my gardening, growing my veg and different things. So it's going to be busy, and there's probably loads more things I forgot without my diary in front of me. And then there'll be things that I keep adding, and this is why I can't really do the try I want to do in August. I just haven't got the time to fit in the extra training, because I'd have to be at the pool once or twice a week, as well as all the running and all the cycling training. So I've decided against it. But I do want to do some open water swimming again this year. My wetsuit didn't come out last year. I was quite disappointed. It's like May I wanted to do the try dog and swim with Badger, run with Badger, and cycle with Badger. But I didn't know whether my van would pass its MOT, because last year it had to have a lot of welding done. So I've not booked it, and now my van's just gone straight through its MOT this year without nothing. So I had to have anything done. I couldn't believe it, because I've got a man at say I've got a man, that don't sound good, does it? I'll rephrase that. I go to a garage where there's a nice gentleman that always takes my van for its MOT, and then if it fails, he does the repairs, and then takes it back again, and it makes life so more easy for me. And so I don't think he could believe it either, because I can't afford a new van, because to buy a new van I need to buy one that's not that old, really, to make it last. And this is the plan, that we're having a new one eventually. So that's why I'm trying to make this one last as long as possible while we're saving up, so we can have one that's not very old at all. Anyway, that's going off the van subject. So I'm not doing the tri-dog now. So There is a try dog in October, but I bet you any money it falls on the week that I'm taking my mum to Mablethorpe. So it's all... I sat the other day until I give myself a headache trying to sort everything out, and a lot of things I wanted to do I couldn't do because my parents had booked these holidays and I have to take them. My sister does all the cleaning for her, and she takes the dog on a Wednesday and a Sunday. I walk the dog the rest of the week, and I do other jobs for her if I can, you know, fetching things and sorting things out, mostly sorting things out, and taking them on holiday. That's my jobs. So my life gets a bit complicated. Oops, I don't think Kira wants to stand here any longer. So we'll have another walk down to the ponds and see what we can see down there. Very peaceful here. You can hear the birds. And the dogs are doing the normal eat the grass. Not a soul about. This time in the morning I normally get the place to myself. It's a bit different later on in the day. And where's Freya going? Freya, come out of all that mess. And that's a weekend. The Ramblers groups come down here a lot. I've led one or two walks through these woods for the Ramblers. I'm in Mansfield and Sherwood Ramblers. But it's very nice. Nice and peaceful. And the dogs aren't running around too much to spoil it this morning. It will be nice when the summer comes and we get rid of all these massive great big puddles though. Where's Freya gone? She's gone down there. I can't see her. She's just gone off the path somewhere down there, hasn't she, Kira? But it's changed to come down here and it not be frozen. Very pretty. Pheasant, I heard a pheasant. There's Freya over there. You probably can't see her, she's behind these two trees. You can see the green on the other bank near the edge of the water. That's the irises coming up. And this pond has some nice water lilies as well. I think this pond and the next pond is where the water lilies come up. And just about to press record, and I had a suicidal pheasant just fly out of the bush at the side of me. Scare me half to death. But I was talking about water lilies. The best place around here to see water lilies is Newstead Abbey. They've got some beautiful ponds and they're absolutely full of water lilies. And they have some fantastic dragonflies. Been there in the summer and it's absolutely snided with lots of different coloured dragonflies. But we have a water lily on this pond, just on this edge here, that comes up. And the next pond down is a water lily. Which is you probably can hear the water running from this pond into the other pond if I stop talking when I get a bit closer. If I don't get tripped over by silly dogs. Just keep running around my feet. This is all like wild, so whatever grows here is planted by seeds from birds and things. Oops, there's the overflow. Can you see the overflow pipe? I'm going to come around this side. Ah! There's the overflow pipe. It is managed now. When I was young, it was all overgrown and a right mess. But they just cut things back and tidy up. They don't plant anything. So any plant that you see growing is kind of seeded from the birds, and the birds do a good job. All sorts of lovely plants grow around here. This spot just in front of me is where the water lily grows, where that tree is hanging into the water. Just a little bit further out than that, that's where it is. And we have a woodpecker that I see regular, and a heron. There's a young heron here at the end of last year that was sat on these branches. In fact, he kept sitting on that one there, and if I was quiet I could walk straight past him and he wouldn't move. But if I wanted to take a photograph of him, he flew off. But I can hear pheasants all over the place. No wonder it's driving Freya around the bend. There's a moorhen and a few ducks on today. Sometimes we get a swan. We did used to have a pair for years, but somebody went and shot, well, they shot both of them, but the wardens that come round to check the ponds and send the workmen down to do any cutting down of trees that fell and stuff, saved one of them. The other one was already dead, and took it to, I should imagine they took it to the RSPCA, but anyway, it was brought back when it was better, and but it didn't stay very long. It didn't seem very happy without its mate. I don't know whether you can see this, but the river is really running high. Normally you can see the opening underneath the bridge, but you can't. I don't think I can get a better view really without going down there. Yeah, normally it's a great big gap underneath that bridge. So I have seen it running faster than this though, and actually I have seen it higher than this. I have seen it over the top of the bridge. So I came down here one day and you couldn't see the bridge at all. It quite often happens in the winter. And somebody's pulling me. Now we've got a new sign up: keep dogs on leads. Well, you try enforcing that with the locals, because we'd never keep our dogs on leads. Well, so for this one here, but these don't do any harm. They've tried to kind of sort this area out. This was a total bog. It still is a bit of a bog, but the motorbikes were going through it, so they've put this in. They've tried to do quite a lot to keep the motorbikes out, but it's an impossibility. I don't know whether to go this way. I might not be able to film and go this way with Akira on the lead, because she'll pull me in. We've got to let you go. Only trouble is, I can hear the pheasants all round, and she's got this habit of going across the river because of the muntjac deer as well. Ooh. Ooh. Oops, there's more doggies coming. I better get going. Better go and catch Kira.